Things for crypto right now are actually looking pretty good. The entire market is up about 3.29%, Bitcoin's up about 3%, Ethereum's up 7%, XRP is up nearly 13%, and things are looking really good when some Bitcoin bulls and some analysts were predicting that we were going to see a very red Memorial Day, but things are looking pretty good. And we had a couple of big announcements, big reports that just came out within the last 24 hours that are showing some important pieces of information with Bitcoin whales, with Bitcoin miners, and some altcoins as well. So in today's video, we're going to break down first what is going on with Bitcoin whale addresses, something that is a very good sign that we could see a double pump, see another bull run form over the next couple of days. After that, we're going to go over another key metric in terms of long-term holders of Bitcoin, what is going on there, and how we're actually seeing something very similar to what happened back in the 2013 bull run, and why we could see prices rebound again, see Bitcoin reach that $100,000 per coin range by the end of this year, and see the entire crypto market continue to recover and reach new highs. And finally, at the end of the video, we're going to go over something with Ethereum and some altcoins, some things just to keep in mind moving forward. So make sure to stick around to that so you can hear what's going on with altcoins and Ethereum. But if you enjoy this sort of content on crypto, well, then please be sure to like the video down below and subscribe to my channel. The whole reason why I created this channel was that YouTube had deleted all three of my YouTube channels with about 300,000 subscribers. They just deleted it because I did a video on Elon Musk and Dogecoin and his SNL skit. So fortunately, I did get them back, but I wanted to create this channel to show that the little guy, the underdog, can succeed no matter what. And if that mission resonates with you, well, then please be sure to subscribe. It really helps out a lot. But anyways, right now we're seeing a new report come out that over $2 billion worth of Bitcoin was bought over the last week. Now this is worth about $3 billion. And according to blockchain analytics company Chainalysis, the firm's chief economist Philip Gradwell explained how whales bought about 77,000 Bitcoin last week alone, and they're already up about 20% from where they bought it at. Institutional investors, he explained, bought Bitcoin between the price of $30,000 and $35,000 per coin, and this is a great sign. We saw, the massive correction take place, going from about $64,000 per coin all the way down to $30,000, but now we're seeing prices stabilize, and we're seeing institutional investors starting to add more money to their positions. They're adding billions of dollars and buying billions of dollars. So this is a great sign because it shows that, the big players are very bullish on crypto right now. Long term, I feel like most people who are in crypto are bullish on it long term, but short term, we know that institutional investors, there's a little bit of manipulation that goes on sometimes. So seeing that they're starting to get in after we saw the massive drop off is a great sign for things moving forward. In addition to this, a major metric, a key metric, just revealed something very similar to what happened back in 2013 with the 2013 bull run, and this is really good. So what we're seeing right now is that there's a recent down run in Bitcoin's price from 65,000 to 30,000. We all saw this correction. We're still feeling the effects of this, but what happened was long-term holders actually didn't sell their positions at all. People who sold their positions were just people who bought it in the short term. And a key metric that we're looking at right now is that the short-term supply peaked at around all-time highs. So people who owned Bitcoin short-term obviously was at when we saw that all-time high. But what we're seeing now is that a lot of people who owned it short-term, who recently bought in, they sold off their positions, but while they're selling off, long-term holders are actually buying more. Miners are actually accumulating more Bitcoin as well. And this is really, really important. You're seeing the lines right here. We're seeing, let's zoom in. The short-term supply peaked out. Now it's people who owned it short-term selling. Miners are gaining more. Long-term holders are adding more to their position. And this is all really, really important moving forward. And why this is important is that if you actually look at this chart from Glassnode, it is the LTH-NUPT NUPL, which is the long-term holders net unrealized profit loss. So it's basically showing people who own Bitcoin long-term, what is going on there. Are they buying? Are they selling? Are they in the profit? Are they losing money? And looking at this chart right now, according to Glassnode, they explained how the current degree of net unrealized profit loss held by long-term holders is testing the 0.75 level, which has been a make or break level in past bull and bear market cycles in the crypto world. We're right at this level again, but what's important to look at is that we're actually seeing long-term people who have owned Bitcoin for more than, let's say, 155 days, they are accumulating more. They're adding more to their positions, and same with miners. And this is a sign that we're going to see a double pump scenario similar to what we saw back in 2013. So if we continue to see long-term holders add to their positions, if we're continuing to see miners continue to accumulate more, large addresses continue to add more, which we're seeing all of these things, this is a sure sign that we're going to see a double pump scenario that we saw in 2013, because we are seeing, the people who have held long, they are adding more. People are bullish on it, and the sentiment has not changed at all. We just, got rid of some people with some paper hands. They'll probably get back in when the market goes back up, but this is a great sign. And this chart right here is, like we said, the LTH-NUPL, which is long-term holder net unrealized profit loss. So just think about it like people who own Bitcoin for more than 155 days. What are they doing with their positions? Are they selling? Are they buying more? What's going on there? And the thing is that we're actually seeing some of these long-term holders add more to their position. And moving on. Right now, something's going on in the overall crypto market is that President Joe Biden announced another $6 trillion spending plan just the other day for 2022. This plan would raise government spending to about $8.2 trillion per year by 2031, and this is going to contribute to a lot of people pouring more money into Bitcoin, in my opinion, because right now, one of the major fears with Bitcoin is that, one of the major fears in the markets, in just stock market, crypto in general, is that increased government spending in the US is going to lead to hyperinflation and just inflation in general. And as a result of this, demand for Bitcoin has actually been surging because people are looking for a anti-inflation investment, something that can hedge against inflation, and one of these investments is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is like a digital gold. People see it as being uncorrelated to the stock market, uncorrelated to, inflation in the US, and it's just a good way to hedge against inflation. So as a result of this, we're seeing more demand for Bitcoin, and that is why we're seeing people add to their positions. We're seeing more institutional investors get into Bitcoin, and a lot of these long-term wallets are continuing to add. Moving on, another thing going on right now is that Ethereum's price is actually starting to recover very nicely. After the bit of a correction we saw from about $4,200 per coin, we saw it drop all the way down below $2,000, down to about $1,750 per coin. Now we're seeing it continue to level off. We're seeing it level off between $2,400 per coin and about $2,700 per coin, which is a good sign. One thing going on with Ethereum is that Ethereum actually just had its lowest transaction fees since for the entire 2021, lower than any time we saw in January. And if you're looking at the chart right now, transaction fees have been steadily declining from basically when we reached all-time highs back in early May. We're seeing it now. In May, it was at $69 average transaction fee. Now it's all the way at $4, which is not any sort of level we have seen in a very long time. And many people are wondering, well, what does this mean for crypto moving forward? Is this bad? Is this good? What does it mean? Well, really, you just got to remember that with gas fees, with transaction fees, the whole reason why they go up is that there's more traffic, more activity on the Ethereum network. Right now, it's just not as many people are trading, and not as many applications are being seeing as much activity right now, and that's the main reason why we're seeing it. You got to think of Ethereum like the highway. I always use this reference. Ethereum is a highway. There's only so many lanes on it. If less people are on the highway, well, then the fees are going to go down. And that is what we're seeing right now. We're seeing, 24-hour volumes go down. We're seeing trading activity go down, and we're seeing things get a little quieter on the Ethereum network. Is this bad? No, this isn't bad. Does it change that gas fees are still, that they're still higher than they should be? No, that doesn't change that either. All this means right now is that gas fees are lower because, and transaction fees are lower because right now activity on the blockchain has decreased. When we see the price start to increase again, we'll probably see those record highs of about $69, $70 on average reached again. And the only time we'll start to see Ethereum gas fees decrease is when we see ETH 2.0, when we see that officially rolled out. So that's going to take a while, but either way, that's what's going on in the crypto world right now. We're seeing really all prices start to stabilize across the board, from Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the way down to Dogecoin, Polygon, and some other cryptos out there. Things are starting to stabilize. We're starting to see a bit of a recovery, and the way it's looking right now with these positions that whale addresses have with long-term holders, things are looking like we're going to see the same thing that happened in 2013, that we're going to see a double pump scenario that we saw back in 2013, which would mean we would reach new all-time highs later this year and probably see Bitcoin reach that $100,000 per coin range. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next episode.